blowing rain out. Okay, let me take a little different approach. Now, historical preservation is extremely important. There's another thing, it is sustainable. See, if we're going to have something sustainable, we don't have any choice. Either it is sustainable or we're not here. You know it's that much, whether it be water, if we are overusing that, or energy, or any resource, anything we have, population, and so on. We're not talking about a small problem. We're talking about a very great one, and here you have Patrick, it's very important. Let me ask you another question as we start. Who are you? Who am I? Who are we? You see, what makes Steamboat or Rock County uniquely different than other places? Now we could be. See, we could be just like over there, now they call it the Vale Valley. It used to be the Eagle River Valley, but now the Vale Valley. And all that is just another urban suburbia. It is no different than any other urban center around. And people are in and out of the way. Just put them under that and go along and so on visit. The same is true with Breckenridge. The same is true with Aspen. There is something unique about the area that is sustainable. Why is this area different than the others? Why do you want to live here? That's an important question for all of us. Is it just the whole scheme? Or is there something unique here that we need to not only consciously try to preserve, as well as subconsciously, that is to be part of us and to be part of the place we live. Is the soil, the ground we stand on, part of us? Or are we just simply somebody walking around on top of it, seeing, well, boy, it's a beautiful place, it's all leaves to be gone. How much money is in it? Or who am I? What am I? Why am I here? Why is this place important? Because it's important to me because I've been here a long time. A long time. Part of it, in Marcia, with the Edelweiss, it's on something very important. It is the connection of our agriculture to the soil and to the community. See, there is something that can identify us as being different, yet the same as others. Let me tell you some stories, kind of go along with this. I was over a few years ago, riding on the permit, on the grazing permit, over between Sweetwater and Deep Creek. That's down almost down to the Colorado River and down to about zero. It's high up there, it's a high and big permit. And it's a pretty tough place to ride, actually. Right up next to the Forest Service boundary are some very large buildings. And mostly people live there. Mostly people live up to the place. So in the mornings when I would take out with the string horses carrying salt, or going out to do something, those people were out there on their porches or out there on their lands, wishing they were going with me. You see, I had something that their money couldn't buy. I had something that they wanted and wanted very badly, but could not get. It wasn't because I was trying to be selfish. I had other people, I had two women who came up from down around Colorado Springs, and they were going to pack and ride up there, and they went to ride with me. They spent 2 weeks just going with me. The whole plan changed. You see, when I came up, I had a foot rod gel, I had a doctor, and I couldn't do it by myself. So I told this woman, I said, now listen, I'm going to heal this cow and jerk her down, and I want you to give her a shot.
Here's how you do it. See, you got to go down the rope, and while she's down, you lay on top of her so she won't get to you. Get hold of that neck, stick it in, and give her a shot. Don't be hesitant. Don't be scared. Do it, or else it's not going to work. And she says, "Can I go to the wells first?" We did, and I wanted to do that. A girl was riding with me one time. She's from Chicago. About 21, 22, I'm not sure. And it had been a hard day to ride. We had climbed, it was wet and sloppy and rain. A lot of things had gone wrong. And we got the horse trailer and started home. And I put a body of stops and body of West CD on of the horses, the sound of the horses. That girl was in 7th heaven going home. There was no getting cold, no getting tired. This is what she had wanted to do for years. We have a friend, Ellen and I, who comes out every fall and has done it for 12 years now, because she wants to be and help us punch cows and go with cows and get on the horses. And that is part of who we are, and we have something here that's well worth preserving. I'm not just talking about this. You see, today I met Woodgate and his dad, and they were going up to get some cattle on King Mountain, and some of them are gone. I was looking for some others. There's actually the real thing here. See, there are some real fans that go back a long time. Now, they're not the young bucks, you see, and that's not what I'm talking about. These are people that understand their livestock, they understand their horses, they're proud of doing what they do in the way that they have done it, and their granddad did it on back, you see. There's a tradition that goes with it. And it goes from the generations of those who are in their 20s back to older people. I just talked to Steve Hammers and his son. And his son is graduating from college and going to join his dad on the ranch over at Burns. There's something that keeps on going with that. Now, this is the sustainable stuff, you see. As I was riding, you see, over the King Mountain, on the BLM ground and whatever, see, there's one of those things we need to learn about, a lot of us. Here's all these irrigation ditches that have been abandoned, and the buildings are gone, and there's no one there. Sometime in the past, somebody had a dream. They put a hell of a lot of work into making that dream. You'll find these piles of rocks that are sitting out there. And they're just piles of rocks. Except somebody, you see, cleared the land and got those rocks off so they could farm. You go up on King Mountain and start through the timber there, and you find all of these old sawmills. Here's where the foundation was at. There's where the mill was. See, if you look at it, you can figure them all out. There's piles of slabs back in there where the timber's at. There's regrowth going on. Well, that's a whole different world and a whole different type of people. But you understand that one of the key areas in Nordic skiing was the Swedes who came to this area and worked in the sawmills. And they put them damn skis on to go to town, and they went down the Northern Road to the town, and they came back and they raced back and forth. That was part of our culture that goes with it. It's tied up with those, and they're all over the country. These sawmills are here. Well, when we now have in the county the preservation, you see, where you set aside your ground and it is not to be developed. You're not just simply setting aside property that will be for wildlife and other things. You're preserving those ditches. You're preserving those sawmill sites. but no one really knows they're there yet. Don't kid yourself. Historical preservation, or preservation of where the Indians camped and stole the Native Americans, it will become more and more precious as time passes, because there is no other place. Then we need to look at the other things that are there that we can talk about. The photographs we had, you see at the mill, there's a lesson in that, not only the preservation of the mill, but if you look at that, see, they brought the ore in at the top, and then it all was gravity downhill till it went out. When you had to use that damn shovel, you didn't shovel, you let gravity do it for you. Well, today, because we have the equipment we have, we waste a lot of energy when we come downhill. You were talking about the two chimneys, see? The ventilation, the mines. That's the way they used to get air into the mine. It's on the shade on one side, see, cold over here, hot over here, hot air here, warm air there, and it creates a breeze through. Two chimneys, hot on one side, cold on the other, down and up, and you can pump air through. Go up, as you go up the Yamba, coming down the river from Yamba. There's two places where they used to generate electricity. See, they did bring water out of the river and back in over water. We only get a little bit of electricity. The Green Ranch out there right up, and it gauge. We got to use Green Creek at one time to do a lot of things. We can still use those powers. Those things are still there, and we can still learn from them. If we hang on to our culture, hang on to our root from whence we came, so not, it's not just a monetary thing, it's not just a glory thing, it really is a thing to be used. My folks and many of the other people around, you see, if you went into their house or at their shop, you'd find all these cans up there, coffee cans and tobacco cans, you see. Well, inside of that, they were saving all of the screws, all of the buttons. You see, if you waste them, you will want none. We can use and reuse. Now, preservation of buildings is fine, but when the ice house fell down between Yampa and Ponus, Frank Schaffner went down there and picked up all the lumber and used the lumber for something else. Pictures you have of them tearing down those buildings you see, they couldn't work in. You cannot hit boards, that is, in the structures today that you could use that they were saw embedded. When they said it was a 2x4 at one time, it was 2 inches by 4 inches. It wasn't a damn sliver that was standing up there. You see, it wasn't a toothpick. You go down and look at some of the old barns that said they're pink, something there. See, they go over that water and then they just keep going down and down. They used the whole tree. And they got not just a single dimension, but whatever that tree was, that was the size of the board. They didn't just have a lot of slag in it. There wasn't a lot of this or that. There wasn't a bunch of chips glued together. They used those things. Those boards are still there, and they're still usable. Frank Schaffner used some of that old lumber this last year and built a chicken house. You know, his son-in-law said, I've got to go down and Delvin and go to work, and I've got these damn chickens, now you're going to have to take care of them. Here you are. And so he's building a chicken house. The materials are there. You can do the same, you see, but there could be many other things. We were talking about, if you look around, the old wagons, you see, that they used for a hay wagon. If you look underneath it, it's probably a damn old car. That's they reused best pieces of equipment they had for moving bootleg whiskey was a buggy made out of wheels out of a car, and they could get it down and push the horses next door. And it was a little drum arm that they had in this country. My uncle told me one time, you see, all the scraps of leather that they had. It's part of your wealth. And if you take most of the things you have, instead of just throwing it away, think about it. Don't think about it as just simply some kind of piece of thing you can immediately use. You can probably use it for a lot of things. You go to Oklahoma, years ago when I was there was a garage that was made out of number 10 tin cans. What the man had done is he had simply taken the cans, filled them with dirt, blow dirt during the 30s, blow dirt for the syrup, filled them up, sealed the thing off, and then he had concrete, just enough to pack it. And he just stuck the cans one on top of the other. He had an insulated wall that was completely solid, nothing but cans, and then later on they simply stuck all over top of it. That was a good looking building. You'd never know. There was just tin cans piled up there. Those kind of things you can use. And those kinds of things are what makes it sustainable. One time, you were from ranches in this valley, and something broke. The first thing you ask is, what do I have to fix it? Now, we have at the house now a chair that was the original chair used by the agents in Craig for the Open Seaport. That chair broke down. The back. My dad came down there and he was a lineman, or a communication lineman. And he had the braces you see that hold up the cross arm. So we got two of those, put it on the sides of the chair, bolted them in, dressed it down, made it look pretty nice, and they used it until they closed the depot. And I brought it home. But at the time, it was considered, just a chunk of something thrown together. But as time has passed, that chair has become really a unique antique in its own right. A lot of the stuff you will find that once it is put together, you see using gas. That's nothing. But then it can be used for a little bit. I brought down off the hills one time, just carried off the old fenders and everything else from Model T, and made a beautiful piece of it. You see, you can pick up junk, and if you think about it, a lot of things can be done with it. So don't just throw it away. And one of the most precious things you'll have to not throw away is your identity of yourself and your community where you're at. Not just the buildings, not just the advertisement, but you're here for a reason. You're here because you like it. There's something special. Keep that something special. Thank you.